Hi, my name is Angela. I'm one of the co-founders of Everbility, and we've built the software to support clinicians of all different backgrounds to be able to do your documentation. So this will be a demo on how it all works and the different things you can do. From this view, you can see all the clients that you have included in Everbility previously, and the benefit of being able to store your clients over time is that you build up some knowledge about them. We're not replacing your practice management system, so you still keep that record there, but this is where you can kind of have a scratch pad to include your rough thoughts and then generate, formalized notes, letters, emails, reports, anything you need. And Everbility is quite unique in the sense that you can incorporate historical information into any length documentation. Let's actually just get started. You all have examples, Sarah, when you come into the software. And if we click on Writer, you actually open up our writing tool with this view where you can see any notes. You can open up notes at the same time. So if I click Edit, it actually opens that up. I've transcribed at the bottom of it during another video, so I'll just delete that. And also I can open up a template that I want to work on. You can transcribe at the end of this note as well, so transcription will show up in its own box and you can type at the same time. Say you're in an appointment and you want to be typing your observations, you can do it this way. And also you have two options to stop the transcription. So if you just click the red stop button, it will just append the transcription and won't do anything yet to this template. If you click stop and generate, it will actually process the transcription, append it, and start generating whichever template you have selected. If you want to stop that, you have an option to stop generating. Once it's finished generating and you want to edit this document, I can actually collapse the note. You can also collapse the sidebar as well. So if you want to have full screen mode of just the document, you can do that. Within this document, I have a couple of different options. I can revert this back to the instruction. I can have a look at which notes were selected when I generated that. If you work within the NDIS, you can also look at potentially helpful NDIS links. If you don't, then you won't see that at all. If I want to rewrite something, I can select the area that I want to rewrite and I can click Edit with AI and provide an instruction just to rewrite the selected text. You can actually change the selection of note as you do that as well. So if you want it to incorporate information from another note, then that's fine. We also have Verify Selection, which allows you to search the web, peer-reviewed research, your own notes, and the NDIS against anything you've selected within this document. If I want to use Evability and more kind of dictate into a document, you also can use the voice to text from here. Say I'm happy and I'm finished with this SOAP note, you can copy the whole note out with this little download option button. If you're working on a very long document, you can click scroll to top. Say that I want to start working on a report now. I can open up the FCA report template. I can have a look at the notes I have. Maybe I want to select everything. Maybe I want to deselect. You can do all of that from here. I can also click generate entire document. So now it will start looking at that information I have selected and start populating all of this document based on the information that I have in my notes. Merge tags work by looking through the notes the first time you write anything for a client, and it will try and find the information. And if it doesn't have the details, you can manually update these so that the next time you write anything for them, it will be remembered and will just populate correctly. Merge tags should be things that are about the client that don't particularly change very often. So say I want to name this person. I'm going to give it my last name. So you can do that with all of these merge tags. If they don't have anything filled in, it just means the information couldn't be found from the notes. So you'll see that it's generated this. I also can export this as a Word document and finalize my letterhead and formatting outside of Everbility. From this screen, you also have options to start new notes if you want to upload different things. So PDFs, maybe you have some assessment results you want to upload for Sarah. You might have an audio transcription or an audio file that you want to transcribe and use as context. You can actually just start a new transcription from here and brain dump information. So all your clinical reasoning and your thoughts can all happen from here. You can also use the uncategorized client. So if I wanted to just transcribe session after session and not really worry about changing the selection of client, I can do that from here as well. And having both of these allows me to rapidly generate any document that I'm working on one after another. And uncategorized documents will also show up here. Once I have done something and I want to assign that to a person, you also can click this and find the client that it is related to, and it will then show up in that client's file. So I've assigned it to Sarah, and now that note is here. So this is our writer tool. So anything that you have a template for, I would definitely recommend using Writer. We also have Assistant, and Assistant works very similarly to ChatGPT. So I have a back and forth conversation. I can incorporate all of the information about any client or just specific information that I want to ask. I can save questions that I ask regularly and put them in here, and they'll be saved in my question library. I can ask about, so say I want to just ask a question and not use a client as context to that, I can do that. We have Find Research from here as well. You can see which notes were selected and NDIS sources as well from Assistant. I can easily just start a new conversation from here, and your conversation history is stored here. Setting up templates is another aspect to Evability, which our team is very happy to help with. I'll kind of go through that very quickly. If you click Add a new template, you can copy an example and view our community templates. You can also click Add a new template, Start from Scratch, and this will open a blank template which you can copy and paste an existing template into, and then start setting up those different instruction blocks. So instead of me setting one up from scratch right now, I'll just show you the FCA report example. So if I had copied and pasted from my FCA document, like template from Word, you wouldn't have obviously any of this colored content. So inserting merge tags, I'll just delete last name so I can show you. Click the little plus, add a tag, and then you just click that. If I have a tag that is not here in this list, you can create a custom tag and then just provide a logical name for what you want the information to be. So the examples are good versions of that. Then it's important to set up these instructions. So you basically just use natural language to tell Evability what you want it to do. I find it can be helpful to give it some kind of difference in the formatting, whether you use angle brackets or parentheses or square brackets or something, just to tell it, hey, this is a detail that I need you to fill in for me. And then you can click on this little Evability logo to say mark this as an instruction or not. And you can do that for all of these different sections. Tables work a little bit differently, so I'll just turn this off from being an instruction, and I'll show you how it probably looked when you copied and pasted. So I've removed all the headers. Actually, before I mark the headers again, I'll show you what it looks like when I mark it as an instruction. So everything is teal, and the best thing to do is actually to tell Evability which rows and columns are headers so that it knows not to change that information, and it uses those headers to help fill in this cell. And also you can include instructions within the cell to tell it that that is how you want the information to be populated. As I mentioned, our team is here to help with templates. We're here to help with any aspect of using the software. We absolutely love hearing from you and hearing the feedback you have. If you're ever using it and you have a problem or a question or a suggestion, a complete wish list item, please send them to us. So we have these different options. You can send us a chat message, you can book a meeting with our team, you can send us an email. So email is the best place to send templates that you want help with. You can either send a de-identified example or a blank template, and we can help get that set up in Evability. Your templates will remain confidential to you and your organization. We also have guides, which is like a self-help section. So if you want to go and see how everything works and try and answer any questions yourself, you're welcome to go there as well. I hope that was helpful and excited to hear your feedback.